What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, listening to my dumb ass. Like, subscribe. So, I've been sitting on this for a couple of days, letting the rumblings and the the kind of fallout die down a little bit from the megaton, from the life altering, earth shattering, momentous craziness that has happened in video games. This is the biggest. Y'all thought 7.5 was big. This is the biggest. It's so big, it's got Sony shook. It's got Pony shook. Donkey unicorns don't know which direction to point their horns to cast magic. They do that, right? I don't know. It's crazy. I'm like, inside I'm smiling. A little bit of me is smiling because it's the twist and turn of events that has happened in video games as of this new era of Xbox, I would say. The Phil era. The philosophy. I saw somebody put that. I think it was Brad Sam's, one of his videos called The Philosophy. I was like, okay, that's pretty good. It is working. He sees the market. He must be a smart guy because everybody says, oh, he's just a kumbaya nice guy. That's just Phil, blah, 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 right? But he's doing something right because he got Sony shook. He got the industry shook. He got Pony Donkey. Everybody shook because they're like, oh, snap. They bought Bethesda. That's crazy. Don't worry. Sony will be all right. Then he goes and buys the biggest, I'm going to say it, the biggest third-party game company, publisher, Activision Blizzard. And then it's like, it's such a giant thing. It's such an unbelievable, no one believed it. Every time I hear the stories of people like, oh yeah, I woke up on Tuesday and I saw all these DMs in my thing and I didn't know what was going on at the Discord and it went crazy, man. I say, no, that's not real. No, that's all I heard. Every story was the same. Every story was, stop playing with me, man. No one believed it. And so if no one believed it in like social media and such, Sony was like, okay, first Sony has like some inside information about stuff. So they probably knew, maybe. Someone at Sony probably knew. But they maybe they knew. They weren't ready though. They weren't ready for what the public is talking about. And you see all the ponies out there being scared. You see them. Oh no, they can't make Call of Duty exclusive. They can't do that. All the bargaining is starting to happen because they see the writing on the wall. And there's precedent for this because Bethesda, Starfield, Sony tried to buy exclusivity for Starfield. And they failed because Microsoft bought Starfield. And the same thing is happening again. Call of Duty. No more early maps on PlayStation. Okay, I'm gonna say that's even being nice. I'm gonna say no more Call of Duty on PlayStation. I'm gonna be real. Let's look at the tweet real quick. Phil Spencer said this the other day. He said, had good calls this week with leaders at Sony. I confirmed our intent to honor all existing agreements upon acquisition of Activision Blizzard and our desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. Sony is an important part of our industry and we value our relationship. So people are misconstruing these words as, oh, they're going to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. Oh, Microsoft Xbox is now a third-party publisher. That's what the ponies are saying because they're trying to cope with the reality that it's not. Now, if you look at these words for a second and kind of, the first sentence, whatever, had good, that's nothing. I confirmed our intent to honor all existing agreements upon acquisition of Activision and Blizzard, right? Boom. He's done that before. He did that with Bethesda. Boom. That's the MO. That's Microsoft. Yo, look. If we buy you and you got contracts out, we're not gonna we're gonna honor those things because we're an honorable company. And yeah, that's what's up, right? The next part, though, our desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. This is the key part of this whole tweet. Everything else, throw it in the garbage. Everything else is like whatever, fluff. Our desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. I've heard people say, "Oh, you can interpret that in so many different ways." No, you can't. This is how it is. Okay, first you have to look at motive. What is the motive of Microsoft and Xbox? Game Pass. That's it, and that's all. Yeah, they'll sell you a console. They'll sell you some games. That's part of the ecosystem. Game Pass is the spear. It's the tip of the spear. Game Pass is always first when it comes to dealings with Microsoft, what they're doing in the industry, all these acquisitions. It's all about Game Pass. So, if you take that into consideration, that sentence, our desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation, means what? It means that if PlayStation wants Call of Duty on PlayStation, meaning the annual franchise, not Warzone is an existing contract. That's going to be on PlayStation regardless. But a new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 69, whatever the number is, whatever they call it, Cold War 22, whatever, right? The new stuff that doesn't exist, not under contract. If Sony wants those on their PlayStation 5, 6, 7, 8, then they have to get Game Pass. The desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation is inherently connected to the desire of PlayStation to accept Game Pass on their ecosystem, on PlayStation. Without Game Pass, Call of Duty doesn't exist on PlayStation. Do you understand? This is what's up. People aren't saying that. They're like, oh, they're saying all these things to try to cope and say, oh, that's not the reality. This is what's going on. Nah, B. I see the writing on the wall. And Phil can't say anything right now because they have to go through all the regulatory red tape and all that stuff. When they sign the deal, when the deal is closed, Activision Blizzard is under Microsoft, period. It's all said and then it's going to be something. Then there's going to be another giant tsunami wave coming in when that happens, and it's going to be glorious. Now it's just like the warm-up. This is the pre-show right now. This is all the speculation. But no. The motives are clear. Xbox is Game Pass is the motive, and Sony knows it. And so I think Game Pass will be on PlayStation. That's what I think, in some form. And Microsoft said it before. Xbox said it before. They want it on there, but Sony's like, nah, B. And this is forcing Sony's hand. So it's either, okay, look, you play ball or you don't get Call of Duty. I mean, it's up to you. You can have it on there, but you know what I'm saying? And that's that. They have so many bargaining chips right now, Microsoft. That's what they're doing. They're stacking their deck, of course, in their favor, versus PlayStation in this example, in this instance, because Sony has been playing this game for years. And so Microsoft was like, all right, how do we do this? Now, we're not going to copy exactly what they do because we have actual money. Sony's over here pinching pennies and dropping nickels. And Microsoft is like, cash, 70 billion, let's go. I'm sorry, 69 billion, let's go. Sony can't even make moves equivalent to Microsoft. It's impossible for them to do. I mean, they could try. They could go out and get a loan. That's how they could do it. They can't spend cash like that because they ain't got cash like that. So Microsoft woke up. Satya said, Phil talked to Satya and said, yo, look, I mean, money is money. We make all this money. We got all this money. What are you going to do? You going to build another Surface Book? Or let's go in on games, son. And Satya's looking at China, looking at Tencent, looking at all these giant corporations scooping up all these studios and such. Mainly like Tencent, right? And he's like, yeah, we can't just give it to them. Who else is going, think about it this way also. People aren't thinking about the whole of the industry when I just mentioned Tencent, right? Giant Chinese corporation. It's China, let's be real. in this space. So it's Tencent versus Microsoft versus Google, blah, blah, blah. You could put Sony in there if you want to. I mean, they're not at the same level, but sure, put them in there. It is Microsoft on the America. If you want to play, Patriots and stuff like that, America is Microsoft. China is Tencent. Japan is Sony. There's no other representation except for Google in the video game space, but Google really, I mean, they got Stadia, and that, come on, son, Stadia ain't doing it. I mean, the technology is there for the streaming and stuff, and maybe, I don't know, Microsoft could buy that away from them, but not actually buy Google, because that'd be crazy. Then, and that's the thing, right? Microsoft can't buy Google because they probably couldn't, well, I mean, I won't say they couldn't afford them, but it would be more of a monopoly. So Microsoft is hindered in some of the moves that they can make in the industry because they are so big, you know what I mean? And people are talking about, oh, monopoly. Quiet. You don't need to talk about, shut up. So I look at it in a grander scale. And when Phil said that way back in the day, he said, our competition isn't Sony and PlayStation. It's Google and Tencent and all these giant corporations. And he was right. Everything that he said back then is right, was right. And if you look at it, like Sony is like a little, oh yeah, they make a video game, they make a product, they make good games, but they don't have cloud infrastructure. They don't have the worldwide services that Microsoft offers in competition with Google and Tencent or Amazon or such like that. I don't know how Tencent's cloud stuff works. I don't know. That's China, so I guess information on that would be limited for a dummy like me. But it's just hilarious to me for all these donkey unicorns and ponies out there just spitting, spatting, and talking nonsense because of their insecurities of what's going on and the dominance that Microsoft is showing. And this shall continue to happen. And I'm just along for the ride. If I had popcorn, I'd be eating it right smack right here because it's just funny to me. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Like and subscribe if y'all like what I'm doing. Let me know down in the comments. If you don't like what I'm doing, let me know down in the comments. I will try to be better for you and the world and stuff. And go watch the music videos, I guess. They're on the channel. Tilt the weight.